Great morning, my social media superstars. This is Taria Hodge of Social Media Saturdays, and I am super excited to have you guys join me on another fantastic episode of Social Media Saturdays. So before we get started, if you're out there, if you could see me, if you could hear me, just go ahead and let me know. Taria, I could see you. Taria, I could hear you. Okay, and we're going to get ready to rock and roll. I see that Peg Duchesne is out there. Good morning, Peg. Thank you so much for jumping on and joining this morning. Do me a favor, Peg, drop a note and let me know into the comment section if you could hear me and you could see me this morning, okay? Just let me know if I'm coming through loud and clear. All right. Okay. So we are continuing our conversation on developing our 12-month social media plan. So great. Pekka says, yes, she can see me. Yes, she can hear me. So we are continuing the conversation of developing our 12-month social media plan. So if this is the first time that you are joining us on Social Media Saturdays, one of the things that I thought it would be super cool to do, since everybody's talking about planning and getting ready for 2019, I thought it would be very cool and very befitting, okay, to spend the entire month of January talking about your social media plan, okay? So what plan, what strategies are you going to put in place that would allow you to rock out on your social media in 2019? And I think that, oh, thank you, Peg. Peg says I look marvelous. Thank you so much, Peg, for that. And I see that we have Colette out there. Colette is joining us this morning. Thank you so much, Colette, for jumping on and joining. So for the past 2 Saturdays, we've actually been talking about developing your plan. Okay, so the very first broadcast that we did in the series, we talked about the key metrics that you need to measure when it comes to your social media planning. And I thought it was really cool to start off with the key metrics because we all really need to have some focus and know what we're doing and know what we're tracking on social media to make sure that we're trending the right way. Okay. And then last week, we spent some time talking about organic content versus paid content and why you need to have a strategy for both. So if you have missed any of those 2 broadcasts, please feel free to go back and catch the broadcasts. Okay. So the broadcasts, they're housed in our Social Media Saturdays community. So if you are not a member of the Social Media Saturdays group, now would be a perfect time for you to go ahead and join the group. Okay. All right. So without any further ado, I see that Dr. Linda is jumping on, and I know she's hailing all the way from Florida. So good morning, Dr. Linda. Thank you so much for jumping on and joining this morning. And then I also see Christine, my new friend from Italy. Christine is on here this morning. Thank you so much, Christine, for jumping on and joining us this morning as well. Okay. So if you are new to Social Media Saturdays, what I'm going to do is just give a brief introduction of myself. I'm Taria Hodge, and I'm a social media strategist and also a business trainer. And I am the founder of Social Media Saturdays. And I'm so excited because I'm launching my new platform too, Startup Made Easy. So those 2 platforms are dedicated to helping entrepreneurs and business owners, business leaders leverage the power of social media in their business. So this is the place that you could come to every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you could get tips, tools, and strategies needed to grow your business using social media. Okay. So once again, if you are out there and you are not a member of our Social Media Saturdays community, make sure after the broadcast, you take a minute to go over to Social Media Saturdays and join our Facebook group. So simply search Facebook for Social Media Saturdays. Make sure that you knock on the door. We'll let you in. Okay. And then that way you could access the previous recordings that the islands. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. So I am in the islands, okay? And everything in the islands is loud. So this morning I am doing the broadcast from home. And so I apologize that we have a little doggy outside. Believe you me, his bark is worse than his bite. Okay. All right. So I hope you guys can hear me. I hope that that's not too much interference or too much interruptions. Okay. But that's one of the things that I always, I love actually about the islands, that everything is always alive and it's always vibrant. Okay. So today we are going to talk a little bit. We're going to have some fun today on today's broadcast. Okay. We're going to talk about how to leverage user generated content in your marketing. So if you are out there and you're watching, let me know if you know what UGCs or user generated content is. So if you've actually heard that term before, just go ahead and drop a line in the comment section and let me know what you think UGCs, or how, if you are using user generated content in your marketing, let me know what are some of the things that you are doing. And believe you me, it sounds like a whole lot, but when I break it down for you guys today, you're going to say, oh, I see that. Some of you are probably already doing it in your business already. Okay. All right. So Christine says, same here on the island, right? So island life is so interesting. It's so vibrant. It's always full of just, wonderful, cool stuff. All right. Okay. So here's what we're going to talk about today. Okay. So one of the things that I wanted to share, and this is like a continuation off of last week. So last week we talked about organic content versus having a paid content strategy in your business. And we shared the difference between the two and why you actually need to have a strategy for both, and how you should be, putting aside money in your marketing budget that would allow you to do some paid advertising, right? So I think I talk about paid advertising all the time, but I really wanted to focus today on some of the cool things that you could be doing inside of your brand that would allow you to expand your reach with your content without you necessarily having to put advertising dollars behind of it, okay? And you could do that, but it really takes for you to be focused, okay? So I'm going to start off by just sharing what user-generated content is. So we're talking about UGCs this morning, okay? So UGCs, or user-generated content, is essentially any type of content that is posted by unpaid contributors, okay, or your fans or your brand ambassadors. And it could include anything from pictures, videos, testimonials, discussions. So anything that people are saying about your business, or people are saying about your brand in the marketplace. So do you really know what conversations people are having about your brand in the marketplace? Okay. Now, here's the really cool thing about it. You could actually create campaigns, okay, that would give people the opportunity to talk about and share about your brand. So, and I see that Ed Womack has jumped on this morning. Happy New Year, Ed. I don't think I've spoken to you, Ed, for the new year. So happy New Year. Thank you for jumping on and joining us this morning on Social Media Saturdays. And I see that Mr. William Murray is out there from Millionaire Mastermind Institute. So thank you once again, Mr. Murray, for jumping on and joining us this morning. Okay. All right, so why is this type of content important? This type of content is absolutely important because it gives your audience the opportunity to see relationship building and trust building within your brand. Okay, so you know what they say. They say that marketing is what we say about ourselves. And of course, if we're marketing, we're not going to tell anybody any bad things about our brand, right? But they say public relations, or PR, is what other people are saying about your brand. So are you strategically thinking in your business, in your marketing, in your content strategy, especially for social media? Are you thinking about ways that you could include or infuse public relations campaigns in your business. So I'm going to share with you guys 5 ways today that you could leverage UGCs in your business, okay? But before I share, I want to share with you one of the most popular campaigns, and there are quite a few things that are going on in the marketplace, but I'm going to share one with a big brand, okay? And I had to talk about it because, like, guys, these are the things that we do on social media, like, every time. And a lot of times as the entrepreneurs, the business owners, we kind of tell ourselves, that these things are only things that big companies could do. But really and truly, with a little thought, a little effort, we could put these same strategies into place for our business as well. Okay. So one of the campaigns that I really thought about as I was putting this content together that I recently participated in was a campaign for Brendon Burchard's High Performance Planner. Okay, so how many of you out there know who Brendon Burchard is? Okay, follow Brendon Burchard. So I know I follow Brendon Burchard. And how many of you have had the opportunity to read his book, which is High Performance Habits? So I actually, myself and my team, we've actually started reading High Performance Habits the beginning of 2017. And it's a book that, we continue to revisit, on a regular basis. So I have to say this, guys, my EA, my darling EA, Colette DeRoche, thought it was so fitting to get me the High Performance Planner as a Christmas present. So I just love and adore that she thought, that much about me to go ahead and get me the planner because we've been reading the book all year, right? So as I got the planner and I opened up the planner, one of the things that I saw on the very first page of the planner is that Brendon made just a little introduction, and he had a call to action. And his call to action was, now that you have received your planner, take a picture with your planner and post it on Facebook and make sure to tag us or join the group and use the hashtag. And he gave his particular hashtag. Okay. And I thought about it. So of course, I went ahead and I, followed the instructions. I took a picture. Many of you probably have seen it on my personal page, that I took a picture with the planner. I also shared the original photo for when I started reading the book. And I went ahead into the group and I joined the group, posted the planner, and made my comments. And there I had the opportunity to see thousands of other entrepreneurs and business leaders, people from all over the world, interacting with the High Performance Planner and sharing how the planner is changing their lives. So as I sat down to put this content together, I said, wow, imagine that, okay? He initiated that campaign. Okay, and now he has thousands of people, okay, talking about the High Performance Habits book and also talking about the High Performance Planner and how the planner is helping them, shape their lives and helping them, be high performers. Now, I tell you what do you think is happening? People who are on social, people who are reading all of these motivational stories, that's now driving traffic and is also driving sales back to his book and also back to his High Performance Planner. Okay, so isn't that cool? So I just thought that was like one of the best examples that I could share with you guys about how to use user-generated content in your business. And I see that Delene has jumped on this morning and joined us. So good morning, Delene. And Delene is right here in St. Thomas with me. So happy Saturday to you, Delene. All right. Okay. So before we get into the 5 ways, I'm just going to go ahead and ask you guys, I forgot to do it earlier in true Social Media Saturdays form. please take a minute to share this broadcast out, to any of your friends and network. Okay, so if you received the Facebook Messenger bot, I made it very easy for you guys to share this morning. So just go ahead and look below the video, hit the share button. You could share the video directly on your timeline, or you could invite 5 people that you know directly to watch the video, because we're talking about some cool stuff here today. Okay, and then also, if you manage a group and you find that the content is befitting to the members of your group, just go ahead and share this to your group as well. Okay, so I'm hoping that you guys, really understood what I was saying about the example with Brendon Burchard and the high performance planner. So a lot of times, like I said, these things aren't really hard, for us to do. We do them. Sometimes we're not really focused, or I should say we participate in campaigns like these all the time online, but we probably really don't stop to think about how a strategy like that could help us, on social media. So as you start to plan out your 2019 social media plan, one of the things that I'm going to encourage you to do is to take a look at, some of the things that you have going on in your business. So maybe you do have a product, a physical, actual product that you're selling in your business. So whether it's a t-shirt, whether you have mugs, whether you have a planner, I had the opportunity to speak with Candace Camille this week, and she's letting me know all the wonderful things that she's developing, physical products that she's developing for her Sexy Fit and Well brand. Okay, so start to think, how can campaigns like these, help you, build up your awareness. And then also we're talking about organic reach, right? How it could also help you with your organic reach. Okay, so guys, I'm just going to ask you to just kind of bear with me just one moment, please. Okay, all right, excuse me, sorry about that. Okay, so let's just go ahead and just jump right into our content this morning. So let's talk about 5 ways, okay, that we could go ahead and leverage user-generated content into our marketing plan. So the first thing that I'm going to encourage you to do is to choose social networks that's most effective to your campaign. So this is one of the things that you hear me say all the time. One of the things that I say all the time, social media is not just about where we feel comfortable being on social media, but it's where our audience are. So before you leverage this type of campaign in your business, one of the things that I really want you to sit down and think, where is my audience? So is your audience mostly on Facebook? And when you're running your campaign, you're going to launch a campaign on Facebook, or is your audience on Instagram and your campaign is more befitting for Instagram? So that's the very first thing, okay? So you want to make sure in your planning that you take a look and you know which platform is going to be best suitable for your campaign, all right? The second thing that I would like you to consider when you develop this type of campaign in your marketing is, what are your content goals, okay? Or when you take a look at your strategy, what are some of the goals that you are looking to achieve when you develop this strategy? So is your strategy just about higher brand engagement? Do you find that, you know what, maybe you're launching a new brand? And let me just say this, I actually tested this back in November. So for those of you who are following me, you've heard me talking about the new brand that I have coming out, which is Startup Made Easy. Yes, Ed, I've had a change in the name. So Ed Womack, Dr. Ed Womack has been working with me very closely, on this. And, we kind of modified the name a little bit, Ed. Okay, and so one of the things that I really wanted to do with that campaign before I go ahead and really put it out there, I really wanted to test the market, okay, and see if it's something that people would resonate with, how they feel about the content, how they feel about the messaging. So one of the things that I did, okay, is that I launched a simple image campaign. okay, to celebrate entrepreneurs. And it was just simple. Tag an entrepreneur, okay, and share with an entrepreneur and celebrate entrepreneurs. And for those people who, wanted to be celebrated, you had the opportunity to receive a free image, okay, from the company. And, I went ahead and I launched it, and the response was absolutely great, absolutely positive. So what that led me to know is that messaging for the new brand is resonating with entrepreneurs out there. And, the things that I have planned and the things, exciting things that I have going on for it, right, is something that people want. So that's another great way that you could leverage, a campaign that would give people to the opportunity to talk about your brand and share how your brand is making a difference in their life. Okay, so that's number one, testing to see if you have a great idea of a product in the marketplace, or also you could use that to create higher brand engagement. I'm getting tongue-tied, okay? All right, second way, or second goal that you could actually use this. You could actually use a campaign like this, and it allows you to build trust. Okay, so as you go ahead and you share your campaign and you are encouraging your audience, you're encouraging your clients, okay, to share an experience that they've had while they've interacted with your company. Okay, that's PR, guys. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with you initiating the campaign and giving others the opportunity to share their experience with your brand. Okay, so those are some of the ways that you could use it, or some of the goals, I should say, that you could be setting in your marketing as you develop this content strategy into your marketing plan. Or as Brandon Bouchard did, this was a specific strategy that he used to allow people to, purchase the planner, and it worked. Okay, so he says, you know what, I could get here and I could tell everybody how great the planner is, how wonderful it is, how it's going to change lives. But instead of me doing that, which is marketing, what I'm going to do is go ahead and let people who have the planner, clients, customers, let them go ahead and share their experience with the planner, thus driving sales. And I see that Dakisha has just jumped on this morning. Good morning, Dakisha. Thank you so much for jumping on this. Keisha Williams, the virtual COO. Okay. All right. So the third way that you could leverage user-generated content into your marketing is to actually tell your audience of what type of content that you want. Okay. Now you could share with them as you develop your campaigns. You know what? Do I want you to submit video content? Do I want you to submit image content? Do I want you to submit content in article format? Okay, so make it easy and tell your audience exactly what it is that you're looking for from them. Okay, now let me just give you a tip, right? Check this out. If you are running such a type of campaign, like I said, I see these campaigns like all the time, okay? So one of the companies that I'm also very familiar with in Maryland that does this all the time is the Umbrella Syndicate. Okay, so if you're in Maryland, I know that you are probably familiar with the Umbrella Syndicate. So they have a campaign that they do when they come out to take pictures for events, and it's called the Keep Smiling campaign. So if you're out there and you're familiar with the Keep Smiling campaign, just put in the comment section, keep smiling, right? So one of the things that they do when they are booked to come out and take pictures for an event, and this is part of their marketing plan. So let me just tell you, I'm breaking this stuff down, okay? So this is part of their actual marketing strategy. So they get booked to come out to take pictures at an event, okay? And then while they're at the event, they run their Keep Smiling campaign. And for their Keep Smiling campaign, what they do is that they encourage members or people, participants, attendees of the event to take a picture with a little card that says, keep smiling. Okay? And that's really cool. It's really fun. Everyone wants to get their picture taken. And I know recently I spoke at an event in December, and Umbrella Syndicate was there, and I got my little picture taken with the Keep Smiling card. Okay? Now, here's what they do. They say, you know what? If you want to receive your Keep Smiling picture, you have to go over to our page. So first of all, you have to connect with them on their page, and then you have to look for your album. So they list all of the pictures by album. But what do you think is going to happen? You're not just going to get on their page and go to the album of the event that you went to. Of course, naturally, you're going to check out all the other albums, and you're going to check out all the other wonderful pictures that they've taken for events. So that way, if you are planning and you're hosting an event, you have the opportunity to see what a wonderful job, okay, that they do when they come out and they take pictures of events. Isn't that pretty cool? So that's a way that that company is leveraging this type of content in their business. Okay, so you might be running a contest. Let me just say this, contest, and you might ask people to submit, a short video, as part of your contest, whatever your contest rules are. On Facebook, you could go ahead and create a playlist of those videos. You could group those videos together. So now when people visit your Facebook page, they have the opportunity to see what other people are saying about your brand, what your brand ambassadors are saying about your brand. Okay? The fourth way that I'm going to share with you is also a very important way. And I'm just going to share with you another brand that I noticed that does this and does this very well. So Christine, I'm glad that this is resonating with you. Christine says, I love this idea. Right, Christine? It's so amazing. And that like I said, we see these campaigns in the marketplace all the time. A lot of times we're on social media and we participate in these things, but we never really think about putting these strategies in place for ourselves. Okay, so maybe Christine, that's something that you could start to consider with your pinup, your pinup business. Okay, how in the world can you get more people to engage with your brand and then talk about your brand and share their experience with their brand? And believe you me, if I was in Sicily, Italy, girl, you won't have to worry about it. I will definitely be one of your models for you. Okay. All right. So Peg says, yes, she loves the Umbrella Syndicate. Keep smiling. So isn't it really cool, Peg? How they have leveraged, that particular content, that particular idea, as part of their marketing. Right? And I see that Dallas Gordon has joined us this morning, and Michael Wright has joined us. Good morning, guys. Thank you so much for jumping on and joining this morning. Okay, so the fourth way that I'm going to share with you that you can leverage user-generated content into your marketing is to be able to focus on the community aspect and then focus on the ability to collaborate. Okay, so how many of you out there manage groups? Okay, so if you're out there and you're managing a group on Facebook, one of the things that I definitely, or it could be on LinkedIn, it could be on any other social media platform, right? I want you to definitely think about this, to focus on the community aspect. Okay, so one of the groups that I am part of in the morning is the Black CEO Facebook group. Okay, now one of the things, and Dr. Linda, you're on here, so I'm going to definitely talk about you this morning. So one of the things that I noticed with the Black CEO group, okay, they have a morning show, and the morning show is a conference call, right? And they're very big on community engagement. So they want people to listen to the conference call Black CEO Morning Show in the morning, they want people to really engage into the Facebook group or into the community. Okay, so it's not just about going into the community and just posting links or, or sharing promotional, content, right? They're really and truly seeking for true engagement, right? True community aspect and collaboration. So one of the things that I find very cool is in the morning, people would actually share photos of themselves, okay? So if they're listening, and I've seen this, people are sharing images, whether they're listening from home or they're listening at work, or they're even, and I'm not saying that everyone or anyone should be driving and taking selfies, right? Don't drive and take a selfie, but I've seen, okay, people actually take pictures saying that I'm in the car and I'm listening to the Black CEO Morning Show. And what that is doing is giving the opportunity to focus on the community building, focusing on giving people the opportunity to really connect, okay, inside of the group. And then the last thing that I'm going to share with you, and the fifth thing that you really need to focus on is being able to measure. And I always talk about this all the time, track and measure, okay? Because we all know what gets measured gets managed, right? So as you leverage, this type of strategy into your content marketing, how is it really working? Okay, so are you tracking when you launch this campaign? How many followers have you grown your business by? If your purpose is to go ahead and convert, maybe once again, you have a product or a physical product that you're offering in your business, that it result in product sales, for you, okay? Are you tracking that? And like I said, a lot of times we are doing these campaigns and it really doesn't take for us to put any type of paid advertising through it, but just know it, if you do put paid advertising, it only gives you the ability to increase your results, okay? So any questions out there so far about user-generated content? And if you're out there and you have started using this type of strategy in your business, just go ahead and let me know. And if you're not, okay, this is just one of the other things, as you plan out your 12-month social media marketing plan that you would need to consider. And like I said, these things are great pushes for you if you're going to do a product launch, or if you're planning an event, you have some type of, conference or workshop coming up. How are you encouraging people who are, connecting with your brand? Maybe it's past clients. How are you encouraging them to share more about your brand ambassadors? Okay, so yes, Worth Being Linda says, love it. What gets measured gets managed by Shay Brown. Yes, and Shay is also one of my mentors, okay? And I've heard that like every day from Shay for probably like 5 years, right? You can't manage it if you're not measuring it and if you're not tracking it, okay? So yes. All right, so also, if you are on here and you have not, I see some new faces on here. So if you are on here and you have not had the opportunity to grab the 12-month social media planner, go ahead and type the word plan into the comment section below and grab your planner, okay? So the planner, I've really spent some time, on this. Like I started out saying, I noticed, from the last quarter all the way to January, people are planning, they're working on their goals, they're doing, all of these wonderful things, which they should be, but I haven't really heard anyone specifically talking about what they're planning to do on social media. And one of the goals here at Social Media Saturdays is for you to stop looking at your social media as like a one-off, right? So you have your stuff that you're doing in your business, and then social media is an afterthought. No, your social media should be what you're using to power up your business goals, okay? So this is the application aspect, and this is where you're actually going to give those goals some fuel using your social media, okay? So if you have not gotten your planner, okay, and like I said, I put some thought and I've actually put some time and effort into the planner. not to say because it's 26 pages, right? But it's actually, a really good planner and something that's designed to carry you through the year. So make sure once you get the planner, you download it, you print it, put it in a 3-ring binder, okay, that you could refer to it. Take the contents of the planner. If you're using another daily planner, like I said, I'm just loving using my High Performance Planner by Brendon Burchard. And yes, I'm taking the stuff from my business plan. I'm also going through the 12-week year. I'm taking that stuff. I'm putting my social media plans together, and I'm working through everything, okay? So make sure that you get the planner. All right. Now, also, for those of you who have been on here, hi, Lenny. Thank you so much for jumping on and joining us this morning. For those of you who have actually been tuning in, people like Peg and Christine, okay? You guys have been on here with me for the entire month of January. And one of the things that, we're doing next Saturday, guys, can you believe it? The time is here already. We are actually doing our 12-month plan masterclass. So you remember in the beginning of the year, I shared the opportunity for you to go ahead and raise your hand and say that you want to be a part of our, masterclass to develop your 2019 social media plan. Okay. So if you would love to join the masterclass, go ahead and go to bit.ly, and Colette, if you can, go ahead and type this in there for me. Go to bit.ly, bit.ly /12-month plan masterclass. Okay. So once again, that's bit.ly /12-month plan masterclass. Okay. And this will give you the opportunity to reserve your spot on the masterclass. And like I said, the masterclass is next Saturday, January 26th. We start at 11 a.m. and it's a full 90 minutes, okay, of working through your social media plan. So one of the things that we're going to do, we're going to take a look at all the things that you have, planned to do in your business, whether it's events, conferences, workshops. This is the same process that I'm taking my paid clients through. Okay, so we're taking a look at all of that stuff, and now we're seeing how does your social media match up to it. Okay, so no more last minute posting, no more feeling stressed like, oh my gosh, I got to pull my hair out. Okay, this will give you the opportunity to know exactly what it is you're posting on social media, okay, for the entire year. And like I said, I've gone through, doing the research, for this. And as I looked up social media planner, let me just say this, some of the things that I found in the marketplace, right? Like really fluffy stuff, okay? Like posting quotes, and I'm not saying that posting quotes is bad, okay? And I'm not saying that sharing stuff that's happening, events that are happening, on the calendar, like holidays and stuff, is bad for your social media. Those are things that you need to definitely be aware of. But what I'm really focused on is your stuff, okay? What are the things that you're doing in your business that you would like to draw attention to for social media? So maybe some of you out there, you guys are doing Facebook Lives, like I'm doing Facebook Lives, right? And there's a whole process in there to get more people onto your live. It takes some planning. Let me just say that it takes some planning. So in 2019, we're not just turning on a camera all willy-nilly, okay? We're going to have a plan. We're going to have some structure around it. And then we're going to also track those metrics because we want to know the actions that what we're taking, that the actions are working, okay? So this would definitely give you the opportunity to work, with me to do that. So definitely I see that Colette have put the link in there, bit.ly 12-month plan masterclass, okay? So enrollment is open. It's only $67, guys. Okay, only $67. You can't beat that. A full 90 minutes working on your plan. All right, so I hope to see you guys there. Now, Any questions about anything that I've shared with you guys this morning? Okay, so let me know. Did this make sense for you? Did it give you more ideas for you to think about in your business? Just drop a line in the comment section and then let me know. How are you planning to leverage content from your users in your business? Okay, and let me just make sure that I didn't miss any of the comments. And thank you, Lenny, for going ahead and inviting someone, Joanna, onto the broadcast. I was looking at something else. And Michael says, yes, he needs the planner. So Michael, if you just simply type the word plan into the comment section, the planner will be delivered to you directly into your Facebook inbox, okay? So just simply type the word plan in the comment section below the video, okay? And then in a few minutes, you'll be able to get the planner and you could just simply download it. Like I said, I recommend that you print it, okay? And then, you know, take it from there, all right? All right, so I don't think I see any questions out here in regards to user-generated content, okay? And like I mentioned before, if you guys have missed the last two social media Saturdays, we talked about key metrics. The first session last week, we talked about paid content versus organic content, and now we're talking about user-generated content. So these are all the things. These are all the pieces as you put together your 12-month plan that you need to have. You need to have in consideration and you need to plan ahead for, okay? So I see that Mr. Murray, he's about to get his plan. He's typed the word plan into the comment section below. And Peg says, great content as always. Thanks, Taria, always worthwhile. Thank you so much, Peg, for jumping on and joining me. And I know I'm looking forward to seeing you on the masterclass as well, okay? All right, so if there aren't any more questions, I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys go. Thank you once again for jumping on and joining me on what I think is another wonderful episode of Social Media Saturdays. And if you are joining us for the very first time, please take a minute to like us on Facebook. So Social Media Saturdays, please like our page. And if you are not a member of our Social Media Saturdays community, make sure that you go over to Social Media Saturdays, the Facebook group, and you want to knock on the door and I'll make sure to let you in. And then I'm also on Twitter and on Instagram as @WatchSMS Live. So all my people who are out there who are on Instagram and who are also on Twitter, you could follow Social Media Saturdays, by following @WatchSMS Live. So that's Watch Social Media Saturdays Live. Okay, so thank you guys once again for jumping on and joining. I'm looking forward to seeing you next Saturday and especially for the masterclass. Thank you and bye-bye.